Right. So what I wanted to say is because this is a touchy subject for a lot of people, and some people actually are a little bit disturbed by what I'm saying. But as I said, I'm not anti my own people, and I never will be. Yeah. So anybody who thinks that is completely wrong. I'm doing this out of a deep love for my people, and sometimes we're hard to love. Yeah, but I'm
Wow.
I'm there anyway. And it takes a lot of courage because, and I'm not bigging myself up here. It's just something, I'm in a way, I've been reluctant because, of what has happened in the past to people who decided to stick their heads above the parapet of, the narrative. Yeah. And
Yes.
what that has done to us as a people, right? And, I'm going to just say it, and people may not like this, is it's made us cowardly. We're in fear, right? And we need to break it because fear is, has been classed as false evidence appearing real. Okay. We can't continue down that path. Yeah. Some of us are going to have to put our necks on the block, right? And the sooner we do it, yeah, you know, the better. I've heard talk, people will tell me, oh, well, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, blah, blah, blah. But, I come from, I embraced the Rasta culture, okay? And one of the enduring messages and songs that I got, right, was a song by Bob Marley called War. And there's a line in that song, and that song just says, until the color of a man's skin is of no more significance than the color of his eyes, then, there's a war, right?
Right. Right.
And we are in the middle of a war. It's a spiritual war, okay? It's more than a spiritual war, but that's the root of it. And you know what? People are just going to have to be brave, even if they're afraid. Yeah. People are going to have to make a stand, sooner or later. Some people have died for it. Yeah. Martin Luther King said, judge a man by the content of his character and not by the color of his skin. So, do we want to do this or not? You know, what do you think this man would be doing if he could hear what we've been doing since that famous speech? And man's like Malcolm X and other martyrs. Let's remember the martyrs. Let's pay tribute to the martyrs. Okay? Not just by remembering their names during Black History Month, so-called Black History Month, right? But remembering what these people was really trying to do, yeah, based in their their paradigm at the time, because we have to remember that are speaking the language of those who colonized over one third of the world, and their European brothers and sisters did the rest. Now, hey, we're defining everything by race, but the truth of the matter is we're all the stuff of the Most High. So, in a bigger picture, none of this should really mean anything because we should all acknowledge that we are all one. But until that day comes, because we're not enlightened enough yet, we haven't reached that state of enlightenment where we can put down these references. Yeah. So I have to just, I feel, do my bit. I do feel that this is
Mm-hmm.
my purpose in life. And I'm not here to trip on my ego because I do know that, as a people, we're full of egos. We are
Mm.
absolutely full of egos. But as a collective, we seem to have the lowest self-esteem of all the
Oh.
peoples on the planet. And
Mm.
these things are contradicting each other big time. So maybe we need to put away our egos, and raise our self-esteem.
Leaving messages, and one of our listeners is saying they don't see us as black, they see race and the human race. Some people see it all as one. Thanks to the listener as well.
Yeah, thank you. It's a great statement, and actually I agree. We are all one. We're just being separated out by certain malevolent entities that believe that if they keep us divided, they can rule over all of us. And so far, their plan has been working. So now, where do we run with this? I think it's interesting that we're facing a really significant election across the pond, right? The USA, where they're going to decide for the next 4 years what's going to happen. And you know what? The consequences are world-reaching. I think most people would agree. And isn't it interesting that race is a big part of this? They are talking about race. Now, the people who are promoting, this kind of discussion, like I said, have got a vested interest, I believe, in keeping us all divided. They really have. But they'll make it seem as if they are the people we need to be in charge, right? I'm not for having anybody in charge of me. That's my particular viewpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if we can't come together in love, yeah, then maybe we're not going to come together. But we need to. So sooner or later, needs must. And I'm reminded of a quote by, I remember it being spoken by Jimi Hendrix, and he may have got it from somewhere else. And Jimi Hendrix said this: until the power of love overcomes the love of power, when the power of love overcomes the love of power, then the world will know peace. So let the power of love come forward.
The power.
That's what it's all about.
This is awesome. New guest, Christopher, on UK Black Men Talk Show. And what a conversation it has been.